So we're looking at...
Okay, this is a 17'6 shaped by Mark Rappahorse, Sandwich Isle Composites. And
so would that be called F-17?
F-17'6.
Oh.
Now, it's just this is like kind of like last year's model, what he was making when he was prototyping the different big boards. This was just pre-F-16.
How does this compare to your F-16?
I like this better. It's just heavier, but I like the glide. This is more of a big water board when it's real wind, over 20 knots, and when the bumps are groomed, this thing is
heavier.
Sled. It's heavy. I'm guessing it weighs probably. I'm guessing it's got to weigh 50 pounds, somewhere around there. It's got quite a bit of material on it.
That rudder system that you put in is kind of cool.
Well, I went off the paddle boards because all the paddle boards have that. Some people, I guess they call it a kelp rudder or whatnot. But what the theory is, two theories actually. This leading edge here was supposed to be for kelp because what happened was if you had just a regular rudder, it would get stuck on the rudder and wrapped up, of course, slow you down. But the theory behind this too is the leading edge that doesn't turn theoretically is quicker because this is a brake. If you have just a rudder, it's more of a brake, where this is just a leading edge that stays straight all the time. I also feel like it makes the board more stable. It tracks it more. And it didn't feel like it was tracking it to the point where you couldn't steer the board because this is still allowing you to go left to right. So this just feels like more of a stabilizer type of fin and just seems to track you straighter.
And then this is the new one you just got, right?
This is a new one. This is a 15-foot. And if you see the rail difference, this on the 17'6, this rail has got a slight chine down under here. Basically just for, and I feel for the bigger board, this is kind of necessary because it's so big that if you get in a situation where you can't correct the board, this kind of has a neutral area where it's going to kind of free you up a little bit from sticking. And this will be kind of a rolled, softer point. Whereas you look at the 15-footer and it has an extreme edge almost all the way from the nose, pretty much all the way down to the tail. It just gets sharper and sharper and sharper. Theoretically, this is faster. And it's, of course, you want to go faster. Faster is better. But the control thing is different too. I don't know with this, since not riding this yet, I have to compare what this softened rail feels as opposed to a real sharp rail. I don't think it's going to hinder the performance or speed much either, so I think it's going to be fine.
Okay, let's take a closer look at the 15 then.
Okay.
This is pretty sweet looking, man.
Yeah. Different lines. He moved the wider point. Yeah, the steering system's different.
The steering system is nice.
It's solid. And
the ass.
The ass. It's got a nice ass on it. But this is
oh, so you change this up.
Yeah, now you can move the steering system forward or back depending on where you like to stand on the board. And maybe even depending on conditions. Yeah, you see you got different. You can slide this up. It's got the holes here, so you can move it up farther. And these are your notches, so that you can lock right in. So it just slides right in, so that you have an option to move it up if you want.
Oh, so if you move it to this piece right here, then the whole thing moves forward.
Correct.
And then, but you put this kind of flypaper stuff.
I just put that on. This is after the fact. I put this on just in case I step over here and I don't.
Is that how the pad is cut now?
Well, he cuts them each differently for each particular board, but this is pretty much basically how each pad is cut. Yes, these aren't pre-cut. I think.
What's this piece here for then? So it actually has a.
This is a breather, right?
It didn't have that on the 16 though, did it?
No, it had one in the tail. That one was because
yeah.
This was this one is not hollow. This is a foam core.
Okay.
Foam core. 1 pound foam.
So you always got to take that thing out, that piece out.
Yeah, especially with with temperature changes and stuff like that. It's better to have it out all the time.
Has a really high kick in the nose, huh?
Yeah, and I like that because on some of the other boards, it doesn't have that flip in the nose, and you get on the bump, you tend to want to run back and run the board a lot. And I'd rather stay in one spot.
Does it slow it up with that?
I don't think so because it's not that much of the board. It's only in the last, 3 feet that really starts to scoop up or so and really just flip up. I think it's just enough. I don't think it's going to slow it down. And if I don't have to move around the board as much, that's even better because I'd rather stay right where the steering is and just.
Are you using the steering a lot?
Actually, more than I think I am. Because I talk to a lot of people and they say, "Wow, I feel like I'm either not using it enough or using it too much." But I think when you get used to it, you use it more than you think. I think it's like driving a stick. It's kind of that same theory where you don't even think about it after a while. You just.
Okay, remove the rudder. Let me see what it looks like on the bottom there.
Okay. See, so the front stays and then the back just goes back, left to right and gives it a nice feel. I just feel it's a more controlled kind of feel to it. The turning isn't so dramatic. It's more kind of a smoother feel to the water.
I think it's really nice. Smooth lines.
Hey, he did a good job. Yeah. This should be, I think this is the model that he's going to come out with more.
He's going to mold this thing or what?
I don't know.
Because you can make slight changes, right?
Right. Because already doing the F-16, it's like, from this to that, this is kind of a more dramatic difference. The wide point seems to be more forward, whereas the F-16 was kind of in the middle.
What does that do to it?
Just looking at like a 70s board, with a wider point forward or like a big wave gun, it's just the wider point forward will just give you that more better entry into a wave. I think it'll just keep the nose.
Let's check out the bottom.
Okay.
Let's go this way then. Flip it.
Very subtle bottom.
It's actually pretty flat, yeah?
It's pretty flat. I mean,
it's a super
double,
sharp edge.
If you feel this back here, it's a double, very sharp edge.
I can't see too much concave in this thing.
Right here. Very little. It's almost like it's pretty flat, but there is a slight double barrel in the back, right? Going up. Transition here, pretty flat right here. And even in the front, very slight belly, just about maybe the last couple feet.
Well, I think it's really wide now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little bump almost.
Right. I have a feeling when it surfs, it's going to catch the wave a little bit easier than the other boards.
Yeah, because you figure you're not going to just put a bump there for no reason.
Right. I just think with the wide point forward, it's going to have a tendency to drop in cleaner and easier. Yeah. But that has weight to be seen once I paddle this thing out and see what happens.